Hello, thank you for joining me in my study again. Hope you like my rainbow wall. I can't help but be extra. This is my life. Okay, so let's talk about evidence. Now, evidence is pretty straightforward, and most of you guys are pretty good with evidence. The things that you need to remember about evidence is one, it can be a quote, or it can be a direct discussion of a scene. Now, I would, in my humble, recommendations would be that I would try and combine them. So when I'm talking about a scene, I would then try and use the little phrases and stuff that I remember about this scene to kind of slot little phrases in. Try and avoid just doing like one sentence quotes because they're a bit lame unless it is a word that is really, really significant, that is used for particular power. But it's a very sparing thing. I much prefer phrases, okay? Don't feel like you need to remember big slabs. That's crazy talk. Nobody remembers big slabs. Remember little phrases and sentences. They're much more useful. And, look for the ones that are really flexible that you could use if you were writing an essay about the roles of women and men, or if you were writing an essay that was particularly looking at sacrifice or something like that. Look for words that are quite useful and powerful. Okay, so I've got a little bit of evidence here for the topic sentence that I had before. Just to remind you, my topic sentence before was, let me see if I can flick back, there we go. Brooks chooses to portray many of her male characters in her text as unforgivably weak during times of crisis. So my evidence has to prove that there are men in this story that are unforgivably weak. Let's hear it. So here we go. This is my example. The character of Montpellier is considered weak at the end of the text for several reasons. Firstly, that he abandons his faith as soon as it is challenged by his own personal suffering, the murder of Eleanor. He states to Anna that there is no God and takes this as permission to now do as he pleases. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how I've used the evidence here. So what you'll see is I've talked about something that happens in the text, and then what I've done is I've embedded, I'm sure you remember that word, I've embedded a quote. And see how I've got my quotation marks there? So he states to Anna that there is no God. So what I've done is I've picked a phrase that can blend seamlessly into my own language, which chef's kiss. And then I've wanted to put in this other one, but the problem was that the actual quote was, do as I please, which doesn't quite fit my language. So what I can do there is make a few little changes that don't change the meaning of the quote, but change things like the pronouns and change things from like past tense to present tense and stuff like that. So when I do make those changes, I have to take out the thing that doesn't work, and the thing that I put in, I have to put in these fancy square brackets. Okay, so instead of saying do as I please, now it is do as he, square brackets, please, square brackets, is. Okay, so that's a really good way to make sure that your embedded quotes kind of really seamlessly slip in. Okay, so that is one piece of evidence. Now what I need to do now is obviously explain it, which I'm going to do in the next video. So hold on tight and I'll see you next. Cool, bye.